Right now we're going to start actually doing some GitHub flows and work, so we can actually see some of the things I showed you in the illustration. Right now I just opened my WebStorm and I'm going to create a new project in this one, so if you want to follow the videos, do the same here. Make sure that you know the path. This is where I'm going to create the folder I'm going to be using. So user, Christian Nielsen, WebStorm projects, and right now I'm not going to call it on title. I'm going to change the name to Git first, whatever. You can name it whatever you want really. So this is the library name that I'm going to be using. Go here, click create, and then you say yes, I want to create a new window. And right now this folder is empty. So we're just going to add quickly a file. So right click up here where my mouse is right now and click new, HTML, and then create an index file and just add some awesome stuff. Much hungry. So we're just adding a little text to this index file, doesn't really matter. Click save, so it's actually there. And right click up here on again where you create a new one and go to reveal in Finder. It's like Explorer on the PC. So we're just removing that one, we don't need that anymore. I'm just going to have this so we can actually see what works and how it works together. Open your terminal down here, and before we do anything we need to make sure we have Git installed. So you're going to type git space --version. And if it states that you have Git version, some version, then you're golden, it's working. If not, it says unknown error or doesn't compute, then you need to go to the git-scm and install it and follow the lines again. You need to have that installed before we can do any of the following things. First things first, we need to go to GitHub. So make sure you have your login and log in so you see this. Right now I have a lot of stuff here, but what we need to focus on right now is this one down here, new repository. We can also click README guide, you should probably do that, and start a project. That's kind of the same as down here. I'm just going to click new repository and I'm going to give it a name, awesome. That's really awesome. Description, I don't want to bother, you can do if you want to. You can only use public unless you pay GitHub, then you can create a private one. So right now it's public. And that's kind of, you need to give it a name, have it clicked on public, and create repository. That's kind of what you need to do for now. Do that, click it, and then you get sent to this specific page. This is kind of a short list of what you need to do to create your own library first. So right now I am going to just go through each of these lines. So it states or create a new repository on the command line, and that's what we're going to be using. So copy this one that says echo, double apostrophes, hashtag, awesome, 2 arrows to readme. So we take this, go to our WebStorm. Again, make sure you're in the correct library. So git first. Navigation is cd --, then you go 1 back, cd the name, then you go into the folder that you want to use, and mine was git first, and make sure you navigate into the correct one. That's really important. So check the code online, that's not the one I want. So the echo you have from your page up here, make sure you copy that, go to your browser, WebStorm, paste this in, echo this, click enter, and it's actually going to create the README file. So if I go to my browser right now, you can see now there's a README file. It's not empty, but we can see it on my Mac right now. But it just created this file for me, and that's GitHub needs this. We're going to do a git init, so the local library, the local folder we have, we're going to tell the system, man, this is going to be a Git repository, so we're going to be working together, and that's what git init does. It's initializing this connection here. It says initializing into repository, yay! And now you can see it actually adds a library called .git, which I mentioned in the illustration, which is the memory folder kind of, if you want to convert to that, where it stores all the changes we made and so on and so on. 2 steps down, 4 to go. We're going to do a git add, so adding the file, so we're telling the system which files to upload. And here we're doing a specific one, we're just doing git add, the readme file, click enter, yay, it's working. Next one, so we do the git commit, so we're getting it ready to be uploaded, so that just before we upload it with the commit, and then we do -m for, that's short for message, so we add a message or description to it, and this could be whatever you want. Mine is just first commit. Then I get prompted with this. I can remember with this stage and the next stage that you will be prompted with a email address and a password, so make sure you know those to log in. It's really important. If it's not yet, then just continue going here to git remote add origin, which basically means we're using Git. We're connecting to something that's online, a remote. We're adding a origin, which is our master branch or a primary branch that we're working on, and then the link here. This link is the same as up here. So as you can actually see, they're exactly the same, but it has a .git. So it's connecting to this specific folder that I'm actually looking at online. So copy this, go back to my web store and paste this in, hit enter. And if you're not logged in, it's going to prompt you for that one right now, I think. And when you're done, it's going to, yeah, it's working. And then you can continue with this step here. So git push -u origin, and that's the last step for us to go from local files to, which is on stage, to the stage area where they're kind of ready, and then we're pushing it to the cloud service. So this -u here is just short for users, so we're making sure that that works. And if everything is corrected, then we can do this and see, yeah, it's creating a new branch called master, and woohoo! And let's go see online. So go back to your browser and hit refresh. And if everything works, you can see now we have a README file up here, and it says awesome. So that's kind of the description. The awesome part is what I wrote up here. There we go. So it puts in this in our description. So README is just a description kind of here that you see for other people to read. But that's really the first thing you need to do to create your own repository and connect it online.